Hi, I'm Andrew Byrne, and welcome back to The Extra Point. Tonight, my guest is Neal Sterling, a wide receiver on the Monmouth University football team. Thanks for coming on the show tonight, Neal.
Thank you for having me.
So I want to start, Monmouth. You grew up in Belmar. Why the selection for Monmouth so close to home? What's that like?
It's a great thing, you know. Just living 15 minutes down the road in Belmar, growing up around the campus and around the facilities and everything. It was just a good feeling and a good choice to come here, you know. Just playing in front of my family and friends from home and them getting to come out to every game is just a great opportunity.
Now, speaking of home, a weird schedule for Monmouth this season with only 4 home games. As a senior, do you need to cherish these home games more than you would if you were a younger player?
Yes, I think so. With only 4 home games, you just got to make sure you just make sure you play well and play out for the home crowd. You know, it's a great opportunity with the 4 home games that we have, and hopefully we can just take care of the business at home.
Now, the last 2 home games for Monmouth have both been big wins, and you've been a real force behind that. I want to talk first with the Robert Morris game, career-high 3 touchdowns. Did you notice early on a connection with Brandon Hill?
Yes, in the beginning of the game, we found chemistry pretty quickly. You know, everything that we had practiced all week had been working. Play calls, just perfect play calling, and finding the right person open. It was just ended up working.
Transitioning then, homecoming, you have a touchdown reception. Brandon Hill found 9 different receivers. What's it like to have a quarterback knowing that he's targeting different players, but he still finds you the ball when necessary?
It's a good feeling that, you know, when the ball gets shared around, it just creates a better opportunity to win. You know, when there's more passes going to different places on the field, it's just less likely a chance of covering it. So it's always a good thing.
Festive atmosphere at homecoming. What was it like getting the win in a big game against Cornell, a team you guys had lost to last season?
It was a great feeling. Winning is always a great feeling. Winning at home is a really great feeling, and winning at home during homecoming is just perfect, you know. And we happened to have everything go right that game, and everything worked out perfectly.
Now, did the team see that as a revenge game after the tough loss to Cornell, 41-38 last season on the road?
Yeah. Before the game, we were talking about it, how we went down there last year, and things didn't work out too well. We had a tough game last year, so we just put it in our minds that this year we would come in and try to take care of business.
Now, even though it was a year later, were there stuff from that game you were able to apply to this game and limit Cornell's opportunities and come out away with the win?
Yeah, we use some of the tactics that we used last year within this year's game, and they worked out pretty well. You know, we knew we could throw the ball on them pretty easily, so that's what we used to our advantage at this game.
Did you guys hype yourself up a little more knowing that you were facing a guy in Jeff Matthews, who a lot of scouts say could be drafted very early on in the NFL draft?
Well, I know personally, talking to the defensive players, they were talking about him all week, and they just knew that they would have to take care of business when he's on the field, and they tried to make it known that we were the better defense and we could handle him and their receivers.
Now, when you guys traveled out to Montana, the farthest Monmouth had ever traveled, what was that experience like?
It was crazy. It was actually my first plane ride ever, and just going out there and playing in the atmosphere and playing the number 2 team in the nation is just like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, you know?
Do you think the schedule this year is a reason why you guys you've battled inconsistent play with the only 4 home games?
Yeah, I think that plays a pretty good part in it, you know. The first couple games we played top-ranked teams, and then later in the season, right now, we're playing not-so-ranked teams, and so with the inconsistent schedule, it definitely has skewed our record.
Now, how have you seen yourself grow as a freshman to now a senior at Monmouth University?
Just trying to develop myself into being more of a leader and a leader on the offense and the whole team. You know, freshmen coming in, you don't really have that much say when you play. Even if you're a good player, you can't really talk in front of the seniors and the upperclassmen. But now, as the years have gone, I think I've developed into more of a leader and have been more vocal around the team.
Speaking of you being a leader, do you find yourself culturing and nurturing the freshmen and teaching them so when you're gone, they can step up in that leadership role?
Definitely. They're the future of our program, you know, so you just got to try to teach them everything that you have learned from the upperclassmen when I was a freshman, you know. So we just try to take them under our wing and teach them everything we can.
Now, Coach Callahan has been with Monmouth since football started in 1993. How is he? Can you talk about him as a coach for a little while?
He is well with the program. He has taken this program to new levels within 20 years of coaching, and he definitely does a good job with the team. I feel like a lot of players respect him as a coach, and we like him as a coach.
Now, unfortunately, in today's win-now society, a lot of players don't get to play for the same coach for their entire experience. What has that been like to know that there's been one voice your entire time here at Monmouth?
It's a good feeling, you know. I feel like our relationship has grown throughout the years. I actually met him in high school. I went to Manasquan High School, and I played with his son during high school, so we had a pretty good relationship before coming here. But as coming here and him being my actual coach has definitely grown into a better relationship.
Now, can you speak about the relationship and the chemistry of the team, the wide receivers, how they get along off the football field with guys like Elijah Phillips and Davenport and people like that?
We're all friends on and off the field, you know. We want each other to do well on the field. We know that not everyone can get the ball at certain situations, but we just know we just have to do everything we can to win.
How impressed have you been with Brandon Hill, the UMass transfer? He's come in, had a strong season, adjusted very nicely to the offense.
He has definitely grown tremendously since the beginning of the season till now. I feel like our chemistry has definitely grown together, and we know we're starting to trust each other more, and we're starting to feel out how each other plays, and it's just a great thing.
Now, a successful offense can't really exist without the run, and I like to call it Monmouth as the two-headed monster in KB Asante and Julian Hayes. How important have they been to the team?
Very important. It takes pressure off the receivers on the outside, and especially me. I love it. You know, when a team has to watch out for two running backs who are going 100 yards a game, it just helps me out in the passing game because you don't know what to look out for.
Now, you've been a model of consistency here at Monmouth. The last couple of years, 5 touchdowns. Each of the last 2 years, you're 5 touchdowns this year. Why have you been so consistent to the program?
Well, I just feel like I'm confident with when I'm playing and when I'm on the field. I know at this time and age, I feel like I know what I can do on the field, and I know how I can help the team. So I just try to put it out there every week and do what I can to help the team win.
Now, going back to family weekend, you picked a good time to have a career game with scouts in attendance. As you're seniors, that started to creep into your mind that you might be a possibility to get drafted?
Yes, it actually has crept into my mind, but I try not to dwell on it too much. You know, I just try to stay focused on the season right now, and maybe next year I'll start thinking about it more. But as of right now, I just think about getting better, working hard, and trying to get these wins.
Now, players don't like to admit the individual milestones, but one more touchdown reception this year will be a career high for you. What's that going to be like if you're able to get that 6th touchdown?
It'll be pretty cool. I actually didn't know that. I'm not the type of person to really pay attention to my stats, so but I mean that if I get 6 touchdowns, that'd be a pretty cool thing.
Now, your upcoming matchup is against Sacred Heart, and then your next 3 matchups after that are all against former NEC teams. Do you think because you guys played in the NEC last year, that's going to help you guys?
Yeah, I feel like it could help us, but it could also hurt us a little bit because we know these teams and they know us, so they know what we can do and we know what they could do, and it's going to be a challenge. You know, when you play a team for years and years, they know what you do and like what you like to do on the field, and you know, it could help us or it couldn't.
Now,
maybe.
What are your expectations for this weekend against Sacred Heart?
Well, I always expect to win every week. You know, we don't practice to not win, so I'm expecting to win this week. Should be a good game. Should be a close game. They're a very good team, but I'm expecting to come out with the win.
Now, next year you won't be here, but Monmouth, as you know, moving to the Big South. What do you think that experience is going to be like for Monmouth as they're able to market themselves as a larger institution?
Oh, I'm going to be here next year, actually. I have redshirted my freshman year, so I have an extra year.
Okay.
But moving to the Big South is going to be a crazy thing. We haven't played in the conference this big. We're going to play bigger teams, better teams, and it's just good. It's just good for the program. You know, we're just rising up.
Have the guys on the team that are going to be here next year been talking about what the exposure is going to do for Monmouth?
Yeah, I feel like everyone's excited on the team. Like I said, we're playing bigger schools and better schools, and just to start new rivalries and stuff is just gonna boost the program that much more.
Now, what's it like to see guys like Jose Gums and Miles Austin make the NFL? Does that give you guys, you know, hey, I might be able to do it also?
It does. When you see a former player from Monmouth make it to the league, it just puts a thought in your head. You know, just sparks a little bit of a flame to make you work that much harder and make sure you do everything perfect just in case you have that chance.
Now, my final question, when Monmouth plays their last home opener and you run out of the MAC, what's that going to be like, the last home game of the season?
It's going to be a good feeling. We have to get the win, I know that. Just thinking about going into my senior year, probably just going to have to end it out with a bang. We're just going to have to get it, we'll win.
All right, well, Neal, thanks for coming on the Extra Point tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Best of luck to you and the team the rest of the way. Now we're going to go to Alexa and Olivia for our last segment of the show.